The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Hubbard here with you. Bob Morgan, Friday morning. You just about made it to the weekend. It is the 26th day of July. World famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's on the left-hand side there with that new laser state-of-the-art automatic car wash and self-service bays. And by Murphy Builder Supply, located on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. That's where the builders buy. They're at Murphy Builder Supply. It is 8 o'clock. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you using?
I'm good.
You good? All right. Big plans for the weekend?
Yeah. Got some plans for the weekend.
All right. Going to be out there hitting playing golf?
May do that today.
May do that today. All right. Just wondered, if people like to keep up with your social life, Bob.
They do.
Yeah, you know that. It's a small town. That's a full-time hobby for some folks, keeping up with other people's lives,
I'll be the summer social tomorrow night at the country club.
All right. Just kidding. All right, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, and the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, and we've got guests in here this morning. Actually, we have a guest right now. We're still waiting for one more. And, Bob, let's talk about the subject we're going to be talking about this morning here on the show.
Well, unfortunately, everybody knows the fire took place at Solid Rock Christian Academy this past Monday. Happened Monday around 7:15, and, again, we've got just people from the school to let people know what they can do. I mean, as we know, when tragedy strikes, the community always rallies behind those people, and they're trying to rally around this school and see what they can do to help. So we have a member of the school in studio with us waiting for Sherry Bowen. I think she's on her way.
Yes,
she's supposed to be here.
Just introduce yourself and your position at the school, okay?
I am Rebecca Brantley, and I've been, this is going into our 9th year at the school, and I've been there since year 2, and I've taught every grade since I've been there, from pre-K or kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade, and I'm Sherry's assistant too. So Sherry and I were actually at the school Monday night when the lightning struck the roof directly above us. Yes.
Man, I bet y'all jumped about 3 feet up in there, didn't you?
We did, and it's crazy because after we got to walk through, it's just unreal how black everything is right there above us. It was so close. We were so blessed to be able to find everything, when we did.
Okay.
How soon did you know it was on fire?
Well, Sherry and I were actually in the office, and we had somebody there installing cabinets, and we heard it. I mean, it was tremendously loud, and so we got up and, on the surface checked everything as best as we knew to, and kind of thought we'd go back to work. We didn't smell anything or see anything, but it sounded like it was directly above us. But the Yoders were there installing cabinets, so thankfully one of the guys said he started smelling smoke, and it's everything just happened so rapidly.
Oh, it does happen fast. As we were talking about before we went on the air back in 2005, December 7th, 2005, we had an electrical fire here at the radio station, and it's just amazing how fast that fire can spread.
Yeah.
And so did it hit the roof?
It did, and thankfully our attic, our sprinklers in the attic came on when they were supposed to, and everything. We spoke with the fire marshal, the state fire marshal, and everything worked exactly as it was supposed to. So we're very fortunate.
Did the fire marshal suggest that y'all put lightning type rods on the corners of the building that would be grounded into the ground, so if it comes down, it hits it first, or is that something? We got Sherry Bowen in here now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just wondering if they suggested that or not, since you got a metal roof, or if that's something they're don't even think about.
Yes, there has been mention of that, and we are already talking. We've actually talked with a couple of contractors regarding that, so I'm sure that'll be put in place.
You see those on buildings around, where you'll have those little rods up there.
Right.
Because lightning will usually go to the nearest object, and if it hits that, it's like we have a 300-foot lightning rod behind the station here, but we get lightning that's straight. It plays a song out there when lightning hits around the tower out there. Wow. It goes around the guide wires, and it makes all kinds of stuff.
Well, we've already began making a list of everything that we're
so
going to do differently.
Ground it, we've got it grounded real well, but still, lightning will get in. But
Yes.
Sherry, tell us about the experience as you're sitting in your office there this past Monday night, and it's about 7:15, and you're just doing your business, and suddenly tell us what happened.
Yeah, we were just sitting there thinking we were very much ahead this summer, and on the ball, we'd already received all of our curriculum for the upcoming school year, and it hit, I think like just right above where we were in the office.
Yeah.
So, it was quite a scary experience initially. But again, when we looked around, immediately we walked outside to look around and didn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I guess maybe as women, we thought, well, all is clear, go back to work, So that's what we
started.
Yeah, that's what we did, But we were, I want to mention this too, it was a blessing. We had two guys across the hall there, Mark Yoder and another one of his team, putting in cabinets for our classroom. And he was actually the one who kind of pushed us on to investigate more.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the smoke, just began gathering very thick. And then he's the one who noticed the sound.
Who called 911?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
I did probably what every wife does first, called my husband, Ben.
Uh-huh.
And he said...
Before or after 911?
I called him before.
Before?
They're supposed to be able to fix everything.
Ben, I hope you corrected her
He
on
has
those
just
kind
a
of
little bit of
situations.
responsibility on his shoulders.
Yes. Well,
Call 911 first, Sherry. Then you call me.
Well, he said that,
He is 911.
He is 911.
He is, yes. He's my 911. Yes, he is. So he immediately said, well, call 911. And so I did. And,
that seems the longest time period. Once you call 911 and the fire truck, we called it here, and I stood out there on Highway 84 out there looking toward town, and it seemed like it was like 30 minutes. According to their log, it was 12 minutes from the time it was called in to the time they got here. Yeah.
Wow. Ours was, and it felt like that too. And once they got there, they were tremendous.
Oh, they're great. I mean,
they are
the
wonderful.
fire departments in this area, Jesup and Wayne County, and so forth, and they just came in from all over the place, and they were great.
And
the structure looks like it's pretty much intact, but of course the water damage is the big thing. So people just want to know what they can do to help, and what are your plans for the first day of school? When does it open? Is it going to be? So that's what we want to get that information out.
Lots of questions, but yes, the exterior, I guess, external structure does look okay. It's when you walk inside. They have now, as of yesterday, we already have the restoration people. They begin the next morning, actually, on, I guess it was Tuesday morning.
Who's helping you on that?
It is Service Master, Cass Silva, with his team and Service Master, and they've been
ripped up carpet, tore down sheetrock.
It's amazing.
That's what they do. They're pros at it. I've seen them.
They are. Yeah. They very much are. And they have already, like most of our roof, ceiling, all of that's gone. The flooring, and then most of the inside walls are coming down as well, and they're working on that too.
A lot of our contents had smoke damage.
Yes.
Yeah. What about the curriculum and the books and all that kind of stuff? Yeah. I mean, because you're talking about a lot of water and smoke damage,
and anything that's porous. Particle board, paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what we've learned over the last few days. And as teachers, we all know we keep and we hoard everything from our first year to every
nothing gets thrown away.
No, it doesn't, because you never know when you're going to use it again. And so from our curriculum, most of that, all of that in the second building is all gone. We've already disposed of it. As of yesterday, we went through it.
Did it do both? Did you get damage in both sections?
Now, the first building, no, there was
the office area and where the smaller
right.
kids are did not get as much damage.
No, it was smoky smell, but that will be easily taken care of. Thankfully, the curriculum, like our curriculum, the way it's set up, we have a curriculum for each grade that just basically maps out the entire year for each teacher to follow, from scope and sequence to everything. So they have all of that right there in a binder for the year, so that they don't have to just come up with it throughout the year. Our standards, all of that is in there. Most of that stuff was in the front building as far as the students' materials What we do not have is teacher materials. So we will begin reordering that probably in the either today or Monday or so. Those are all massive expenses, just to be honest with you.
Furniture, electrical, anything,
furniture.
Are they
wires have
insured
to
as
be
part of
thrown
your
away.
policy? Or
Yes.
do they insure those contents on that?
They do. They
Okay.
give us. Yes, we
Yeah.
do have some.
Some,
It's
yeah,
not.
I know. I've been through it. Some.
It's not going to be enough. I'm sure. And there's so much that you can't replace. And we're just going to kind of start. It honestly, as of yesterday, when I walked in the building, it reminded me of this time last summer when we were just, gutting everything in that modular and we were about to start over. And that's kind of where we're back at that place. We're kind of starting over with one building, So as far as help, we've had so many of the community just reach out and ask, and we are so thankful. But we are there's going to be so much expense that even the insurance, we had great insurance, all of that is underway and being taken care of, but there's still so much that it's just not going to cover. I mean, there's just no way it can.
That's any fire. You talk to folks,
exactly.
a house, a business.
Yes.
We did it through here. The insurance covers X amount. There's a large deductible, and then there's certain things they don't cover.
Yes.
And so forth like that. We've got Sherry Bowen and Rebecca Brantley in here from Solid Rock Christian Academy. The fire happened at their building on Monday around 7:15. I was leaving Hurricanes about 6:50. I'd filled up with gas. I left the station here about 6:40, went to the Hurricanes convenience store up there and got gas. And then, of course, I could see that big dark cloud moving in from Scriven. And, of course, I'm thinking radio station because we get lightning, just does a number on our equipment. And just 20 minutes later, boom. Who would have known?
Yes, absolutely. So I know everyone's wondering, school, what's going to happen as far as our first school date, our school start date. We are, over the past 2 days, we have been extensively just researching from classroom portable modulars to pull in on our site so that we could just house our classes there while they do work on our building, because we're looking at a 6-month process is what they're telling us.
Yep. That's about right.
But we're looking into that. We're also looking at the possibility of relocation. And so we are gathering up all the information to see what is going to work best, but we have every intention of continuing to start on August 15th, which is that was our original school start date. So we plan to definitely start then, and probably within the next maybe 2 to 3 days or beginning of next week, we should know exactly where that is going to be, if the classroom modulars are going to be an option. There's so many companies out there, so many people are calling and asking, and can we help? Do you know about this company? So it's just, we want to do, our right amount of research and know that this is, what we should do, whether it's, from every aspect, financially, that it's the best thing for us, and also for the children. We're going to try to make this as easy for them as well. I know Maddox, he had to come up yesterday.
That's my oldest grandson, Maddox.
Maddox came up yesterday, and he had to see it himself, for his own eyes, once everything was over on Monday evening. Mm-hmm. And so I let him walk through, and I gave him the thumbs up. I said, "It's going to be okay, buddy. You're going to be right back here. It may be off to the side in another building, but
but he was positive, and the parents have just rallied together like they always do. It's unbelievable how many people came out Monday night and just we'll do whatever it takes. And
right,
that's right.
And
very, very supportive. Yes,
they will, and that's what we have seen. I think almost kind of in a way caught me off guard, because I know everyone is busy. I know Wayne County schools are starting back a little bit earlier than we are.
8, yeah.
Yes, but yet everyone in the community is reaching out and saying, how can we help? And so we had someone ask us to go ahead and get started an account at Prime South Bank.
And that's what we have. Folks, if you want to text in questions or comments about this fire and how you can help, for Solid Rock Christian Academy, our main business line is text enabled. You can text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. Text in your message, or we cannot answer the phone because we're live on the air. Somebody just text in, how can we help donate to help them out? Somebody wants to give you some money.
Well, let me tell we have an account set up at Prime South Bank, and it's labeled fire account.
Fire account?
Fire account. That was what the bank said. Let's just go with that. I'm like, okay, well.
Fire account for Solid Rock
yes.
Christian Academy.
Absolutely. So we they can help that way with again with just so many extra expenses, and also just want to put everyone's minds at ease. I know parents, we're sending out constant updates and school-wide texts that, everything's going to be okay. We are familiar with challenge. It has been a challenge from the very beginning. And so this is not like, it's like all of our other challenges, but we're going to meet the challenge. I think we're going to rebuild even stronger. I think the community, it's going to be an awesome opportunity for the community just to continue to join together and support each other, and we're gonna, I think
will the
just
floor
make
plan
stronger.
be the same?
I can't say that for sure because probably like a woman, I already see after 1 year in our facilities, I see little changes, that we could have made that maybe we would like better. And so we have that opportunity.
You do.
So I
Yep.
can't say that we're not going to take advantage of it.
Well, I would. Michelle, when our building burnt down, that very night, that when it burnt down, Matt was at home on AutoCAD already designing out software for that, what the new station would look like. So we went from an old building it was built around, it was old house. It was built in like 1947 and became a radio station in 49 and then added on to in the mid-70s. We went from that old building to a state-of-art building here. And of course, it cost more, but
Right.
we wanted to do it right. This
Right.
sheetrock you see around here is 2-hour burn sheetrock. It takes 2 hours and just in the studios, okay, and
Wow.
in the transmitter room.
Right. Well, also.
But you see things
Yes.
that you've been in a building. Oh, I'd like to have this a little different, that a little different, and so it gives you a chance. Matt, when Matt and I were standing out there watching our business burn down, we were like lowered. I don't know why, but after we moved in 6 months later, after operating out of 2 trailers back out here in the field, we saw it was a blessing. Even though it cost us a lot of money, it still was a blessing because we got a better facility out of it.
Right. And just after being in our facility 1 year, I don't know if Ms. Rebecca mentioned this before, but we have an increase of 22 students already for next school year. So
When you say next, this is August 15th?
yeah, this is
Okay.
August 15th school
All right.
year. Yes.
School year 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, that's
we
school
got
year.
22 more students. We ain't got no building.
We're going to, though. We're going
Yes.
You're going to
that's-
have a building.
that's
They're either going to be
exactly-
portable modular buildings out there on your site, or you're going to relocate temporarily for 6 months. One of
And-
those two, right?
Right.
And if anyone has any information about modulars, that they would like to pass along, you
We
can
had a
email
local
us.
company give us one for 6 months that we used for our transmitter room and studio. And then we had to go rent one of those ones you see like at construction companies. What's it
Right.
called? Action or something? I can't remember what it is. And we used it for our offices. So we had 2 different ones. But one was donated. The other one we got out of Jacksonville. We rented it for 6 months.
Wow. So yes, once you start digging into all this, it's almost like you go into an information overload. And so there's just so many options. But again, just coming together with our board and then making the best decision for the school. And I have no doubt that we'll do that, but we need to be prepared. But after 1 year in our facility, we saw the need for more growth. And we were actually beginning another building project
Right.
as we go into the next school year because we need room for expansion.
When you go into Hinesville, there's a whole section of modular buildings that have been sitting there for at least a year they've been trying to sell. I mean, it's modular buildings. I don't know if anybody knows about that. It's it's before you get to the big Walmart there and around the big curve when you go in there. They're on the left-hand side going in. They're white. A whole bunch of modular buildings right there that's been sitting there that somebody's been trying to get rid of for a long time. Somebody just texted in, what about school supplies? Can you publish a list on your social media pages?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we do have some from last year that are on there that they will be updated within the next day or two, but they're pretty much staying the same. And that's school supply list for the students. But anything, like we mentioned earlier, anything with wiring, electrical cords, pencil sharpeners, laminators, we've lost that kind of stuff. Pencil sharpeners, laminators, paper shredders, that kind of supplies, those kinds of supplies are needed too.
Okay. And so what page would they go to? What would they go to see this list of supplies that Solid Rock Christian Academy will need after this fire?
We have a link already right on the homepage. On the left, I believe it says school supplies that they can click on.
Okay.
And we'll make sure to add, to update that.
So they can just put in Solid Rock Christian Academy, Google it, and it'll take it to your Facebook
it's
page.
SR
Do you have a website
SR
too, or is it just you do? And so you can go to Solid Rock Christian Academy's website also.
Yeah, it's srcajesup.org.
Okay.
Yep.
So say that again. Let me write that down.
It's SRCA
SRCA
Jesup.org.
Okay.
And email
Yes, sir.
too, if you have any questions, it's srcajesup2012
2012
at
All right.
Gmail.
At Gmail. All right. And so tell us, is there you've had a lot of folks who've stepped forward and are helping. Anybody that y'all want to that has really just stepped up there and really helped, or did you want to just stay away from that, or how do you want to do that? Because I know you get so many to help. It's kind of hard to mention them all, but anybody that just you just got to say a big thank you to.
Fire department, police department.
I would definitely say the fire department and the police department as well. We had someone who, and I'm so sorry, but I don't remember his last name. His first name was Stephen. But he stayed out at our site all night, Monday evening, from the time we left at, say, about 11:30 p.m. He stayed there till we got back the next morning at 7, which was a blessing because after a walkthrough at about 2 a.m., they found more. He walked through at just the right time where he saw a lot of smoke and heat, and so called the fire department back out. They've been back out at our place, I think, 3 times this week.
Wow.
Yes, and so just trying to make sure that everything was taken care of, and they knew, they know it was a school. Not that they don't do it for every other situation, but even the night of the fire, there was so many people coming up. We had, most of our student body and their families, and they were asking questions, and there were moments that I really felt bad for them, because I know there was questions coming at every angle, and they stayed patient and kind to us and just, tried to help every step of the way. So we can't say thank you enough to all of them.
And I don't think this got mentioned earlier, but for those that do want to donate to the account, or anything that's given to the school is completely tax deductible. So that's another great reason to help if they want to.
So once again, the account is set up where?
At Prime South Bank.
At Prime South Bank on West Cherry Street here in Jesup. Just go in there and say you want to donate to the fire account. Fire account, and for Solid Rock Christian Academy, because they basically need everything. You think about a school, all the supplies, everything that you see inside of school. We all went to school. You see them. Your kids, maybe your grandkids, they need it all. And you can go to their website at SRCA, Solid Rock Christian Academy, srcajesup.org. You got to take a list. You can click on their Facebook page, and there'll be a list of items you need. Now, as time goes by, as you get items that fill up, you'll take those off, right?
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about saying, well, I wonder if they've got this already.
Right.
If it's on the site, you still need it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, other than school supplies, what about just supplies for the building or bathrooms or cleaning products, any of that kind of stuff?
Yes, we tried to salvage some things that were, kept in cabinets, away from the worst part of the area, which was actually right in the middle of the modular. But again, I think we had restocked all of that toward the end of the school year.
Oh boy.
Yes. Thinking again, we're
I know,
ahead.
you're
We're
thinking
ahead of everything.
Yes, sir. And see, if it had been Bob and I, we wouldn't have bought it until the day before.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had supplies in there.
Yeah, so, you think it always pays to be ahead and think ahead, but, again, we were in our own facility this past year, and we just we were just trying to take advantage of every opportunity to, just be ahead of the game and make this second school year in our own facility even better than last year. And, you never saw this coming, but, we will definitely figure it out. And we'll come back stronger.
All right, you're listening to the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Solid Rock Christian Academy got struck by lightning on Monday night, and they've had smoke and fire and water damage. We got Sherry Bowen and Rebecca Brantley in this morning talking about the fire and then also what they need. They want to open back up on August, not need, they will open back up on August 15th, either in modular buildings there around on their site or in a rented location somewhere. And y'all are getting all options on what to do. Is that right?
Yes, we are. We are gathering all of that information so that we can just lay it out and then decide what's going to best meet our need as a school, because you have to think about drop-off, pickup procedures, just all kinds
all
of
that
things.
kind of stuff,
exactly. Yeah. And so we are trying to keep all the changes to a minimal for the students so that they can just slide right back into what they know and what they're comfortable with. And so that's
now,
what
if
we're
you do
working
put modular buildings in, they're going to have to be wired, plumbed, and all that kind of stuff right there.
Yes.
And that takes a while. Okay.
Yes, it does. And we have been, like I said, we've been talking continually with people, and Mr. Don Heron here with the city. Again, he's been a great help as far as anything that we're going to look at in the future for permits or anything like that. He's right there, already ready to help us with those things too.
Okay.
So.
And so, folks, help them out. Go down to Prime South Bank, walk in there and say that you want to put money into the fire account for Solid Rock Christian Academy. Go to their website at srcajesup.org. See a list of the items they need, or to their social pages, and help them out. They need all kinds of help. If you've got more expertise in this kind of area when it comes to construction, wiring, plumbing, any of that kind of stuff when it comes to construction, just give them a call. How do they get a hold of you now?
You can reach me personally at area code 912-294-4634.
Okay, Sherry Bowen.
And yes, I would give my husband's number out.
Oh, don't do that.
Online,
Yeah,
but he
like that.
exactly.
Why'd you give my number? I don't work down there.
Well, he kind of does right now.
Oh,
so.
yeah, now he is.
Exactly. But that's okay.
So
Yeah,
if you don't
can
see
reach-
Ben down at David's Clothing, he's
Absolutely.
down there at Solid Rock Christian
That's
Academy
right.
helping his wife out.
Yep.
Stay sane. He's trying to help her stay sane.
That's exactly right. He's one of those two places right now.
All right. And I know it's just just a bad event, but as you see,
Couple of days, what we can do to help. And that's what I was trying to get the information out there. So I said there's an account at Prime South Bank that can help that way, or
Right.
call you. And so, but like I said, the community is, I promise they will rally behind you.
Yes.
Great.
so most of the students been out there already and seen.
Oh yeah, and the ones that maybe didn't come on Monday night, because we've pretty much been up there all day, every day since, and they'll just ride through during the day.
I did that on Tuesday when I got off the air. Because I got a text message from Matt about 10 o'clock on Monday night. Solid Rock Christian Academy got hit by lightning, water, and smoke and fire damage.
Yes.
And I said, oh, no. And so after I got off there on Tuesday morning, I went by and just rode through there. When you
Yeah.
ride through there, you really don't see nothing that bad. But I know how it is. You're inside. You got that water damage, smoke damage, and as we were talking about earlier, I was asking her about that, and I'm sure, Sherry, that you feel the same way. You'll smell smoke forever. I mean, you go home smelling like smoke. Your hair smoke. Inside your vehicle smoke. I mean, and then suddenly that aroma just stays inside your head forever. And then finally, after a few months, it'll just fade away.
Yeah, I just said that to Ben last night. I'm so tired of smelling smoke because it's everywhere. It seems to be everywhere, right now. And but
I'll never look at a thunderstorm or to smell the smoke again the same
No,
way.
you won't. You won't.
And I love
It's a
thunderstorms. I don't love
life-changing
them anymore.
no, exactly. So
I tried to get Bob to stay inside to help me to put out the fire, but no, he just ran right out the back door. No, we both ran out. We were like, come on, folks. Let's help the folks out there at Solid Rock Christian Academy. They want to open up on August 15th, either in modular buildings or in a rented space somewhere. And go to Prime South Bank on West Cherry Street. Just go in there in droves today and go up there to the teller and say, I'd like to put funds into the fire account for Solid Rock Christian Academy. Go to their website at srcajesup.org or their Facebook page. See the list of supplies they need, and then just help them out. And if you're an expert in the area of construction, wiring, plumbing, modular buildings, anything of that sort, give Sherry a call at 912-294-4634, or just go by their location there during the day on Henson Mosley Boulevard across from Bill Morris Park there, right behind Unity Church of God.
right.
Bob, any other questions or comments this morning for Sherry
Like I
or
said, I
Rebecca?
just appreciate y'all coming in. I said,
Thank
best
you
of
for
luck to
letting
you.
us.
I said, glad the school's going to start on time. That's the good news. So.
These students do not get an extended summer break.
I know
so-
they're a little. Yes,
We had one that was pretty excited thinking he would, but he doesn't. So
More summer vacation.
Yeah.
No, we're still beginning August
you need to be
15th.
there at 8 o'clock on August 15th.
that's
Wherever
exactly
it
right.
is, you have to be there.
School is back, so
Okay.
back to learning.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.